ocean sees it all.
Hi everyone, there's something that nobody's talking about. This is a beautiful close-up with my 14-inch high-definition telescope. Thank God, high definition. Look on the left of Mare Crisium. You can see all the anomalous regions and anomalous objects. NASA has been mentioning that there are magnetic objects that would cause them problems to land because there's a cargo that is supposed to be dropped in Mare Crisium, and I'm wondering why. In September 2023, 10 NASA-supported science instruments and technology demonstrations are scheduled to be delivered to Mare Crisium on the Blue Ghost lander of Firefly Aerospace. This delivery is being carried out under NASA's commercial Lunar payload services. Mare Crisium was chosen principally as a near-side mare away from the anomalous Procellarum. To meet the shared objectives of two payloads, the lunar instrumentation for subsurface thermal exploration with rapidity, and the lunar magnetotellurgic sounder, the present authors were tasked with proposing a landing site within the mare that met various requirements of the payloads and the lander. Over 800 kilometers in diameter, Mare Fecunditatis. Strange happenings, though, inside of Mare Fecunditatis, because the Messier and Messier A craters in the Mare Fecunditatis are actually characterized as being very unusual, and the distribution of their supposed ejecta deposits are unusual. Well, could that mean that maybe it's not natural? Because we're seeing 90-degree angles inside of Mare Fecunditatis, different levels where those lines go up and down, all while keeping a straight path. I think it's pretty obvious that Mare Fecunditatis is quite obviously the surface has been manipulated. The UFOs and also the supposed Apollo landing is just below this mare. I'm seeing a lot of objects flying by at excessively high rates of speed that I have to slow down to be able to see and analyze them. I don't know what this object is. I try to document everything I see that's unusual. No insect can fly that fast. What the eye does not see will never be found out. Open your eyes, look around, there's a lot of things going on around us. For those that don't know, this is my research on the surface of the moon. Ghost-like phenomena, light, whatever you want to call it. The Pentagon's talking about it themselves, seeing lights and changing terms in ufology that we are seeing occur. This is on the moon, and we're seeing a displacement of a phenomena, light. But watch this. Confirming it's not debris, confirming it's not something natural, we can see it change directions. It's going in a straight path, sort of, and veers towards the left, and you'll see it completely veer. There you go. To the right. You know how hard it is to be able to capture that and to document that, let alone capture more than one incident of that. Well, this is why, my friends, you guys appreciate the videos, and I know everyone that comes here does appreciate it. It's just that we're a small group and this channel is hidden, but with your help, I'm still here, and I appreciate that. Liking the videos, coming to the streams, a thumbs up, it helps the creators of all the channels. This is a UFO on the surface of the moon that can be considered light phenomena. Not transient lunar phenomena, but light phenomena. It is in the atmosphere of the moon. Clouds, hazes, natural or not, can be seen in the footage done with a 14-inch telescope. And it's changing directions on the surface. It was going downwards, then it's going left. So whatever that object is, leads me to believe that if it's not a biological living organism in the moon's atmosphere, it is something intelligent for sure, or it's being controlled or driven. Look at it the way you want. It's going in the crater there. There it is, in the depth of a crater. They're inside of the moon for sure. Maybe not at the core. We don't know, but they are there. What are they? That look like souls. Spirits, right? And they're changing directions. I've shown more than one changing directions for those that are curious to see if there are more than one object, on the moon. There are several of them. No doubt why I am capable of capturing several of them. The technique is not unusual. It's just that for some reason people don't want to take the time to slow it down and zoom in. And I'm not just talking about zooming in. I'm talking about zooming in so that it keeps a clarified image. Look at these events happening, all different events, where here in slow motion you see a smoke trail coming off of a light that's descending to the surface. What are they? This is Eratosthenes crater. We can see some type of cloud mist, more than the mist, smoke going over the top of the surface, different currents, wind currents on the moon. This is Eratosthenes crater. It's, so they say, relatively deep lunar impact crater. This lies on the boundary, we're talking between Mare Imbrium and Sinus Istrum. These are the mare regions. It forms the western terminus of the Montes Apenninus. Okay, so the mountain range, the Apennine Mountains, highest elevated point on the moon, they say, goes downwards and longs into this crater from the Montes Apenninus. Now I'm going to show you some truth. Let's over zoom, even though it's still a beautiful zoom. Let me know if you see something going by from the right to the left that's going to cross over the crater. Obviously you won't, and I'll explain to you why. We're going to zoom up here just to take the time. You see all the squares and everything? We're zooming up a lot, right? Because I'm going to show you how far and small the objects are when they go by. Watching the black part, you'll see it from right to left crossing over. It's a big enough object. Did you miss it again? There it is now. Now, do you see how small that is and how long I waited and slowed down the footage and stayed there to be able to see that? That's how hard it is to be able to show what's on the moon. The moon is very far away and the things are very hard to see. There's the object going by over Eratosthenes crater. So that's just at the end of the Apennine Mountains. I'll show it to you one more time. So the object going by has the same reflectivity as the surface itself, as the whole atmosphere. It's almost impossible to see. It was going by a little faster than that too, so would have been very hard to see. It could even quite simply just be debris. But that's the crater, that's a side view of it. Happy to be able to show it in a 45-degree angle to show you the elevation, because the back part, the terminus, up at the top, the white supposed ejecta area, that's the terminus, and you could see the elevation, actual elevation. It's hard to see elevation on the moon like we see here beside Bianchini crater and all those structures on the surface. Whatever they are, NASA has never ever mentioned them, nor have they ever shown them. So if a telescope can get that many objects on the surface, so you're going to say, well, Bruce, you're not distinguishing what each object is. Of course not. It's far away. We're trying just to see the objects. See them side by side there? 1, 2, 3. No matter what they are, they're placed symmetrically on the surface. We don't need, a doctorate or a university degree or whatnot, master's degree, to be able to understand that we're literally looking at a surface that was manipulated. Whatever these objects are, including these that are going by a crater that are going to burst open and gas coming from them, look at them change directions inside of that beautiful cloud that's on the moon. Why do you think the moon looks flat in many areas? Because due to the camera, it's easy to take an image and to have a flat surface that's going to fade out all the other images without actually destroying the whole surface. You're just going to get a shot of the surface where you don't see the structuring or any anomalies or anomalous, high elevated towering objects. Don't forget, the astronauts themselves, whether they went or not, they said that there were towering objects on the moon. So it's not something that's, a mystery, right? These objects, since they're changing directions, and notice that they're stopping right where they are, it's completely, see those stationary points? It's something under the haze, it's stationary, that's, showing up. And these lights are going between them. Again, mentioning that because it could have to do with something. See the stationary lights? They're there, and that object went between them. Underneath the haze on the moon, that's what they don't want us to talk to you about. They don't want me to talk to you about that. There's a whole life, living organisms, beings. There's a whole lot of activity going on the moon. Human or not, alien or human, who knows? But that's even besides the point. We know that there is someone up there. We see a lot of things in the atmosphere. Are they easy to see? No, not very easy. Thanks for the anonymous contribution on my event. Ladies and gents, thanks so much, everyone. See you in the comment section. Thanks for being here. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are landing on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.